Okay, now that we have seen our nice dashboard, which was built using pivot tables and charts, now I will in essence show you how to build this dashboard. Okay, so in Excel I click on the Insert tab and then Pivot Table. But before we do this, we need to have selected a specific table in my data. So we simply click on any cell in our desired table. Okay, after clicking Pivot Table, this window appears. The first thing it asks is for a table or range. This is the data which I want to analyze. This could vary from several rows, several columns, combination of both, a whole chart, a whole table. The data I wish to analyze, this is what needs to be in this box right here. Additionally, we have an option to use an external data source, say from the web. Since all of our relevant data is already on my Excel file, there's no use for this option, so we're going to leave this blank. Additionally, Excel asks where I want the pivot table to be created, whether in a new worksheet or in an existing worksheet. This is to whatever's more convenient for the user. If you choose existing worksheet, then on the location tab here, you have all the worksheets and you choose which worksheet you want it to be placed. Additionally, there is this option to add the data model. This gives the option to analyze several tables at once, and I believe it's very useful. Excel's default status is to leave this box unchecked, but I think it's very useful, so I will check it off. Okay, so after clicking OK on our previous window, this is the new window which appears. This is the way we actually construct our new table. Here we have our table orders and all of our columns. Here, these are the areas in which the fields we use to build our new table. Okay, as we can see, we have order, date, due date, distributor. These are the columns in my orders file. And we have columns and rows. These are the basic fields which we need to build our new table. The way in which we actually build the table is we can drag the columns into their corresponding fields, or we could also check off the boxes to the left of each column. Once we check off the box to the left of the column, Excel will place it in the default category which it sees fit. Okay. So firstly, we usually put the columns in the columns field and the rows in the rows field, and the match for the columns and rows are the values of which the data we are analyzing. We could set these values to be sum of a total value, average, max, and so on and so forth. And for the filter field, we can filter out the data based on any criteria we prefer. Let's say if the orders were late or if the order was on time. And let's go on. Okay, so after clicking enter on our previous window, this is what the pivot table field now looks like. So let's see how we can build this pivot table in action. So here we want to make a pivot table which will show a lot of data regarding the books. So the category, we filter the category. In our columns we'll have months. In our rows we'll have location and then distributor. It's important which one is first, and we'll just show the sum of quantity for the books. So as we can see, this is the pivot table. The table is shown as we can see, and it's divided. The rows are in the same hierarchy as what's on top in the rows field, meaning first the location, the state, and secondly the distributor. That's how the rows are divided up. And as we can see, for each the table shows for each location, for each distributor, the sum of quantity of books that were sold in each month. So let's say in Arizona, company A sold 37 books in January. Okay, this is a very dynamic tool that Excel has to offer. One great thing about it is we could just change the values. Instead of having the sum of quantity, we could change it to the average of quantity or the standard deviation or any other specific field we wanna analyze. Oh, and that's that for now, and we'll see more of that in the next video.